We had rain here off and on last week, so I changed directions just a little bit. Today I thought I would give you a glimpse, actually, of what one can do with some of the moons. I have a few pieces that I have just off to the side that I've been working on. Some I haven't picked up for a while, others I've been working on a little bit more diligently. Since I spend most of my time in the studio outside, today's a rainy day, so I'm not out there. Yesterday and today have been a lot of rain. I just thought, well, maybe for something just a little different, I would show you some of the pieces that I'm working on that include moons. This centerpiece I made some time ago, and you may recognize this little section. I have posted that image here and there online, but I had incorporated into this indigo linen piece, and now I'm mounting it on top of a indigo dyed hemp piece here. This is a hand woven hemp piece. It's Japanese. It's a narrow woven width here. I'm not even sure where I picked it up, somewhere in Japan. And these are 3 little linen moons down here. It's just a simple little wall piece that I'm going to continue to do some stitching on as I attach these pieces. Here I have a channel that I will stitch closed to slip a hanger into so I can hang this on the wall. That's one of the pieces. And the next piece here is a piece that I'm actually wanting to get back to. I've been working on this for a while, and it was a piece that I started after one of the Boro and Sashiko classes at the Janum Museum, and it kind of incorporates the Sashiko with some old Boro pieces, and the theme that I'm running with throughout this piece is the red here. So I've got some little red patches that are peeking through, and I'll get some more close-ups of this in a bit. But this is more of a wearable piece. This is an old piece of linen that had a little bit of a yellowed color to it. Not sure if it was just dyed or if it was more of a natural color. It was just an old piece of linen. And when I indigo dyed it, it has a little bit of a green cast to it. So I decided I would use it to do some Boro with Sashiko, and I didn't really have the right moon for it. I tried and auditioned several moons, but then I decided that, I'll just take a piece of my antique katazome and I'll do a moon on that. So this is the last piece that I'm going to add here. And the center section here I'm going to just leave blank, or maybe there'll be a little stitching on it. But since this is a part of the scarf that'll be behind your neck, I don't want it to be thick or heavier. And it's not going to be seen anyway, so there's not really a real reason. I'm contemplating right now whether or not on the back side I'm probably going to take some of that antique red silk that I acquired somewhere along the road and put a back on this. And I think that'll feel really good, and plus it'll have that red aspect to it. I really like the way this came out with the red and the white thread on this pattern. This is one of my favorite Sashiko patterns here. The Boro piece. Here's the moon, the katazome moon, and another piece of Boro cloth with the red patches, the red silk showing through the holes. And then this Sashiko piece. And then again, another fragments, really. These pieces of cloth were so old and tattered, but I just love them. So I've been kind of saving those in a box, wondering what I might use them for. And this seemed to be the perfect project. So that's another piece that I'm working on. Also, I'm sure some of you may have seen this piece here. This is a larger piece that are all sample swatches of indigo and shibori that I have done here or there as demonstration pieces in various workshops. When I do those, oftentimes I just throw them into a box and, you know, they just don't see the light of day for a while. So I decided that I would pull them all out and do one sample piece for my workshops, that people could see what they could do with some of the various pieces. So it's kind of a collage style quilt or wall. It can just be a lap quilt. The back here is pieced together with various silk jacquards. They're really soft and lovely. So, and what I'm doing right now is I'm stitching through all the layers in somewhat of a creative way to hold all the layers together. Most of these collaged pieces were stitched onto a lightweight cotton organza that I indigo dyed dark. So, and then the edge is all just a self binding from the back side on various silk jacquards that I had. I think there's 3 or 4 of them here. So it gives it a nice kind of hand to it, and we'll see where this all goes. So the first thing I'm going to do here is I'm going to stitch along the edge of this katazome moon and get this attached before I decide what else I want to do. I'm stitching with a single thread of this sashiko cotton here. So I'm going to, like I said, just start around the edges of this piece and using this red thread, or it's kind of a brick red actually, and I like to use the palm thimble here, and I'll just insert my needle. I'm kind of right now I'm inserting it into a thick part of the cloth. It's the selvage here, so it's kind of tighter and thicker, so I really have to push kind of hard. And like all sashiko, it's best to pull your fabric and not your needle and thread. Okay, so I'm just going to go around the edge of this piece, and I want it to be fairly straight and even, especially since I'm using a red thread. Any deviation is gonna show. But it is hand stitched, so you know, you look for that quality in anything that's handmade. It's the human factor. When I get this done all the way around the edge, I'll come back and show you what it looks like, and then decide where else I might want to go with this.